Obama was a representation of something important.
Obama didn't do anything but an abomination to us,
wow.
to this whole nation.
Yo,
This is gonna be good.
What's the biggest misconception Black liberals have about you?
That we are self-hating, we hate our mom, we hate our dad, we don't know history.
We're out of touch, is that we don't have any real world experiences.
We don't really know what we're doing.
What is a misconception Black conservative people have about you?
probably that I have no moral character.
I believe in chaos and anarchy.
And you don't?
No, I believe in the rule of law. I literally cannot comprehend the notion of anyone being American and Black and having conservative views.
When you're online behind the screen, behind the black mirror, you can say pretty much whatever you want, do whatever you want, but when you're right here, you gotta be a little bit more human.
My name is Kevin Martin. I'm a business consultant. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, born into and raised in a conservative household, and I'm still a conservative.
My name is Xavier. I'm born and raised Los Angeles. I'm liberal.
Hi, I'm Elisa. I'm definitely as far left as one can walk.
I'm Anthony Logan. I'm from Virginia originally. Grew up in a socially conservative household, but very politically liberal. I'm conservative now, and I'm looking forward to hearing all you guys' point of view.
My name is Lady Kate Barelle. I am a conservative Republican.
All right, can I get my Black liberals on the left and my Black conservatives on the right?
Say that again.
Liberals on the left, conservatives to the right.
Okay.
If you agree with the prompt, you'll walk forward. If not, you'll stay back.
I'm a little afraid of what I'm about to see. I'm being honest with you. I'm just a little afraid because it's about to go down. It's about to go down, bruh.
People need to get over slavery.
Uh-oh, Lady Cage. Okay, Brother Martin.
All right, so I guess I started off. I mean, we all know that slavery was a terrible thing.
Yes.
It was an
Anthony.
atrocity.
Right.
It was a human tragedy, but
Yes.
we can't just be talking about slavery every day. It ended in 1865. This is 2020. We got to press forward. Our ancestors, they went through a lot. They died for us to be able to be here right now.
Yes.
And the best country on planet Earth.
Yes.
Take advantage of what we have right now,
Right.
rather than looking in the past and saying, oh, well, woe was me because of slavery.
Right.
You know, there have been other groups of people in slavery all throughout the world. They can't just stay in that state.
I knew my man was going to be conservative first off bat, and this is ridiculous, and I already know that it's ridiculous, and I'm just letting you know, usually black men that don't have a mustache are conservative. Look, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, Jack. I'm just saying. But I think black people always was conservative, in my opinion. I'm serious. I just think that black people were always conservative. Yeah, I really do. I can't tell you exactly the reason why. Like, I can't formulate the thought right now. I'm gonna tell y'all, but I think so.
So people, a lot of times, they stay right in their place, and others are being able to pass them because mentally they've moved on while others have not.
They constantly use slavery to put them in a victim mentality. We can't accomplish this because you enslaved my ancestors. Slaves were taught English. Slaves were taught how to become managers and secretaries and cooks and chauffeurs and how to build water tanks and all sorts of things. We're here now.
Yo, okay.
My man about to tear you up, Lady Cage. He about to tell you the 15, 20 reasons why you wrong, sister. Huh? Let's go, young man. Get her, bruh.
All right. I really think, honestly, colonialism didn't teach us anything because we came from a society that was living and running. So I don't think we need to get over slavery. I think we need to talk about the repercussions of it, like generational trauma, like the system that exists because of it. I don't think we should use it as a crutch to.
There you go.
I think that we don't need to forget about it, but I want to hear what we should do after talking about the traumas and whatnot. Because when you talk about traumas, that bring up things. And when that bring up things, a whole lot comes with that. A whole lot of feelings, a whole lot of, animosity.
It's for ambivalence, or yeah, to hold yourself back. You know what I mean? I think it is a mindset as well.
I think one of the most dangerous aspects of generational advancement is misinformation. I think a lot of young people, especially young men, especially young African American men and women, often have questions about why things are the way they are. Why do I get treated this way? Why has my mother gone through this? Or why has my grandmother gone through this? Well, it all comes down to the repercussions of slavery. And so I think that just getting over something, I think, is just absolutely ridiculous. And so when I hear people say that, especially my fellow African American people and friends, I think it's ridiculous. Just getting over something as serious as that, I think just plays into the whole idea of it just didn't matter anyway.
So how long do we continue to?
Wow, young man, I do want to say that the way that you just now articulated yourself, God dang it, man, you win my vote for president, brother. You win my vote. He's not saying not to move on. He's not saying that we shouldn't move on from this in a way that we understand that we're no longer there. We're so far from there. Like and honestly, being put in those bad positions, like Lady Cage was trying to say, but she said it in a way that made it seem like, oh, we were blessed to be in those positions because we were taught this and taught that and taught this and taught that and taught this and taught that. Like Xavier was saying, we were already, taught a great deal of things beforehand. That's why we were able to do so much. But then the new young man, the other young man that was talking, I forgot his name, and he's a conservative. He was just saying you shouldn't just get over it because that has a bad, can't think of the word. It's not get over it. Yeah, we should definitely move forward, but saying get over it is like, whatever. It's done, over with. It should be out of your mind. Stop tripping. Don't say anything about it. Don't bring it up. But Lady Cage is just saying, don't harp on it. Don't let this bring you down. Don't let this make you feel like you're a victim simply because there's a bunch of trauma connected to it. Don't let this make you a victim. That because we were victims, you don't want to bring that back up and say, I can't do this and I'm not accepted in this and I can't move forward because slavery.
Harp on it. How long do we continue? Forever?
Well,
Do we never get over?
I thought you mean educate. Educate us.
Education is fine. To know history is one thing. To not get over a thing is
Use it
something
as a
else.
crutch.
You can't minimize
You can't get
slavery.
credit.
Who says that though?
But I listened to both of you. And I even thought maybe I'll stay out of this one.
No.
But the notion of ending the discussions on slavery, they haven't begun. We just got the lynching memorial in Alabama. We just got the African American Smithsonian in DC. You cannot go to Germany and walk more than a mile without seeing some sort of tribute to the Holocaust, some sort of apology, some sort of marker. The United States does not acknowledge slavery in that way. We are beginning to discuss, but we can't get over it until white folks acknowledge it.
Wow. What do y'all think about that? Please tell me what y'all think about what she just now said in comparison to Germany, in comparison to Holocaust, those type of things. I really want to know because when I was listening to Thomas Sowell, I was reacting to Thomas Sowell, and I just now met that brother through YouTube. Shout out to YouTube by way of reaction, not even a month ago. And he was pointing out that slavery was everywhere. And it was just another way to, it was just another thing that the U.S. used. Black people being enslaved, white people being enslaved, this person being enslaved, that person being enslaved. I mean, this country doing it, that country doing it. You know, he was saying it's everywhere was doing it. But what the young lady was saying was, in other places, there's some sort of, it's something bigger. It's held at a higher, I don't know. I'm saying it wrong. Please let me know what y'all thought about that. Also, if you like this type of content, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell, so that next time we post some content, you'll be the first to be notified.
Being black should not influence a political view.
Lady Cage was about to step forward before they even said anything.
So, of course not. Yeah, being black should not really influence how you think politically, because what's good for us as black folks should be the same as everybody else. It should be from the point of view of me being an American and wanting the best for me in America.
I will vote for the best person that is running. And so far it's been, in my situation, it's been Republicans, conservative Republicans.
I vote based on the issues that I care about, and the issues that I care about stem from my personal experiences. As someone that was raised in a conservative household, I have different views on certain things. I have different views on pro-life and pro-choice issues. I have different views on economic issues. I have different views on trade and foreign policy.
I never understood how it was so easy for people to vote. I think it's, honestly, I think that could be the most selfish and selfless act that you can perform as an American citizen. And what I mean by that is, my wife and I, our upbringing is that of people who, in order to eat, we needed welfare. Because of our certain levels of education, whenever we tried to move up to another level, we didn't necessarily fare academically the way that other people would who would be able to receive those opportunities. So we benefited off of affirmative action. Now, fast forward into where we are right now, where we've been married for almost 24 years, and all of our children are just not honor roll students. All of them are straight A students. All of them get scholarships to college. 2 of them college graduates at the top of their class. Now, I'm not saying this to brag, but I'm just saying that we've moved in a direction of a success story. But the great majority of people who we know or our family members are still where we was when we were coming into where we are right now. So when we go to the voting booth, you already know that because we decide to do things properly and we position ourselves by the grace of God, a little bit of luck, some tenacity, and just showing that we are deserving of more, and we chased it down, that more than likely we are leaning conservative now, because that's how it works. You want to protect your family. You want to protect your businesses. If you have one, you want to not pay that much in taxes. You don't want your taxes being sent to everybody who don't feel like doing anything. That's all conservative. Think about that. You now have property, so now owning a gun is a thing that you would like to do legally to protect your property and your family. So it's so much that goes into it. So a lot of our voting will probably lean now conservative. And I say now conservative because conservative, the Democrats and Republicans that flipped back in the day. And I in no way, shape, or form a politician fan of politician at all. I mean, of politics at all. But when we go into the voting booth, we have to vote for our interests, but we also vote for the interests of people that we love. So we can't just You know what I mean? We can't just vote based off of where we are right now. So yeah, I'm in agreement with them. 100%. I'm in agreement with them. Just because you're black don't mean that you should vote left or right. It don't. Just because you're black don't mean that you should vote for a black president, a person running for president, black person, or a person of color. It don't. It don't. But sometimes when you go into that voting booth, if you're not thinking about something more than just yourself, then you're doing it all the way wrong.
I don't think that skin color should have anything to do with a political view.
I would say I definitely don't vote for candidates just because they're black. Ben Carson
we
could
agree
never
on
get my vote. However, I do
She pointed
feel
out Ben
very
Carson.
much a part of a group. I feel like I have a shared history with black people and descendants of slaves in this country, and so I do not vote just based on what's okay for me.
I think people should vote for what's in the best interest of them, and I don't think that skin color should dictate on what your interest should be based on skin color.
Did you ever vote your religious belief
Yes.
on abortion?
Have I ever voted my religious beliefs on abortion?
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
And what's your religious belief on abortion?
We're not even talking about abortion. It has nothing to do with this
No, but
conversation.
it's black.
We have nothing to do with this conversation.
The majority of abortions are done to the black race.
Well, I
So
want to ask you.
you should
You
be
said
interested in answering that question.
Really quick, I want to ask you because you said you wanted to leave slavery behind. You wanted
Yeah.
to get over it, but
I didn't say forget it. Yeah.
You said to get over it. I'm saying
Get over it. Let's not forget it.
You're a
And
Christian?
I still say teach it.
You're a Christian,
Yes, I am.
and where do you think we got that?
Got what?
Christianity.
Christianity goes all the way back to the beginning of time.
So where did we learn it though?
Where we learn it? Well,
As
the
slaves.
Egyptians had religions, the Jewish taught
No,
religion.
Okay, lady. No, you're speaking out your back pocket right now. She knows the answer to that. She just don't want to answer it because she believes that she will be wrong. You aren't there to be. She's being very disingenuous. The gentleman sitting next, I don't mind people sticking to their guns. That's cool. But right now, she actually has an opportunity to instill wisdom on these young people, these young black people, because she has a lot of years, a lot of experiences, and she needs to show them right now that she is not brainwashed, that she hasn't been drinking the Kool-Aid like people been saying that I've been doing lately simply because I'm checking out this type of content. But the way that she's doing, the way she's posturing herself, the way she's acting as if she don't know her history, the young people aren't believing her, and her defenses are up, and it's going to be one of those in every single circle. Like, she came repping her flag already. That's the stuff I don't like. You ain't got to come repping your side. That's that Crips and Blood stuff. That's trash. That's garbage right there. Come repping my red and blue. For what? For what? Trust me, as soon as you open your mouth, it's understood where you stand. You don't need all that. But now you have the opportunity to school these young people, to let them know that not only look, I understand that you know your history, but I know my history too. And yes, I can agree with you and still have my differences. That's maturity. Let them know that you are someone that they can look up to when they're talking about that, someone they can reach out to. Maybe you can let them know why being a conservative is such a great place to be as a black woman. You're missing out. That's something that we do. We're always so daggone defensive. And we're so defensive, it's like you can't be defensive and objective at the same time. Like, relax. Let your guards down. You're not behind enemy lines. You want them to forget about slavery? Well, then you forget about whatever it is that's making you so daggone defensive, because right now you're believing that if you give them an inch, Like to say that, you know what, you're right. Christianity, we learned that way. No, we learned at the beginning of time when we built the pyramids. What? Hell out of here.
We're
You mean
the
in
African
America?
diaspora.
In America.
Your lineage, yeah. Slavery, right?
They learned it from slavery.
Through slavery, right.
Slaves also brought
We gotta get
religion
over
with
it,
them when they came, so it was a mixture of everybody's religion.
I'm
But
just on the
they
Bible.
learned how to read. So what they learned how to read was the Holy Bible.
Oh, we knew.
And either you're going to believe the Holy
We knew
Bible
how
or
to
you're
read.
not.
We knew how to read.
I believe you know how to read Arabic, what? Because it wasn't English. That's my saying. And we're in America now. Everybody should speak English.
Whoa.
Is that a hot take? Damn, we gotta speak English in America.
I support the Black Lives Matter movement.
It's like they was waiting, like, is anybody else gonna walk? Because I walk if y'all walk. You gonna walk? No, you ain't gonna walk. Okay, I'm gonna stay right here. Oh, she walking? She walking? Okay, I'm still thinking about walking. He walking? Oh, it's getting interesting now. I'm walking. I want to hear what the guys say. I don't know why it took them so long because both of the young men were hesitant in walking. But that young lady, she said, I'm going to speak my piece. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm ready to tell y'all what it is. Y'all better stop playing with me, brother. Y'all better stop. I'm about to let y'all know why Black Lives Matter.
Well, I am a public defender for 17 years. I work in the criminal justice system. I see a lot of the behind the scenes when it comes to police brutality. So I'm a strong Black Lives Matter supporter.
Grew up in Compton. My parents were born and raised there. Even as a child, when they had the riots for Rodney King, we had to move to Hampton. Yeah, it was something that, it was the first time I knew that it was wrong, the way the police, how they police the towns. It was the first time I got a sense of injustice.
I'm just interested, since you identify as conservative, I was surprised to see you come over and how that lines up with your political views, or maybe just what your definition of conservative is.
Since the movement started, I've been torn for far too long. We've had the police on the right, and we've had Black Lives, the African American community and the Black community on the left, and it's just constant fighting. And so I support the movement. I support the agenda. I support the mission. I just have not always supported the way that mission agenda was being carried out.
Uh-oh.
I agree with the fact that Black lives do matter. I think
Yes.
we all agree on that. That's
Yes.
something that nobody's going to deny. But it's the tactics. I
Yes.
don't like the tactics. I mean, I saw it in 2015, the Freddie Gray situation, also with Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. You burning neighborhoods down, you're
Right.
tearing things apart.
I have people who will say, well, the percentage of blacks that are being killed is high. And I said, where'd you get that from? Well, we see it on TV all the time. But the ones who are not shown on television is in a much higher bracket of being shot quicker than a black man would. And that's shown with the FBI statistics.
Black Lives Matter as an organization is about peaceful protest and is about bringing awareness. There's no Black Lives Matter organizer who's ever looted a CVS. There's no Black Lives Matter organizer who has ever advocated for violence. So in terms of saying, look, I see somebody black on the TV who is upset about the murder of a young black male, that's not the same as saying Black Lives Matter is therefore responsible. Likewise, I'm not sure which FBI statistics, but African American men are definitely the most killed by police. It's a very specific statistic. Police aren't killing white folks like that.
We can't just leave it there and say, well, we're being killed more, therefore it's a problem with race. Why are we being killed more by the police? Is there a
Because
specific...
we're over-policed.
What does
There's
that-
more police in our communities.
What does that mean?
It means that the ratio, the number of police, at any given time where I live, I am going to see police officers every hour. I'm going to see patrol vehicles. in a way that I don't see when I'm in predominantly white neighborhoods. Statistically, and this is actually my line of research, Black youth are seen as 4 to 5 years older. We're seen as scary, we're seen as intimidating. So that's why you see situations like Tamir Rice. You see police reacting quickly with lethal force
He had a gun, looked like it was real though, you know.
But there was no one there. Let's say he had a real gun. Why couldn't the police say stop? He was killed in less than 15 seconds, a 12-year-old boy
But he was pointing the gun
with a
at
BB
people.
gun.
But
No,
it
he
didn't
was
look
not.
like when I had a BB gun when I was that age, and it looked real too. And you know, my parents told me, do not go outside with that. And I'm in the all-black area. Do not go outside with that and point it at people because it looked real. And why do you think they did? Why do you think they did that?
Hopefully because they recognize that as a Black boy, you're going to be targeted.
We could do a whole podcast on that one right there. I mean, I wanted to go in.
That was a good back and forth. I want to hear what y'all guys say about that. And specifically, the different information that's being fed to each side. And I think where we're falling off is that people are afraid to get information from the other side because they automatically assume that the other side is the enemy. But then when they find that information that they had before was not the only information, and sometimes the information we had was from wrong. Sometimes the information we had was fed to us in a way so that we never go over there and hear what they have to say. It's childish. It's childish. Oh, if you go talk to such and such, always talking about this, that, and the other, but we don't like her over here. But if you go talk to her about that, trust me, it's going to get back to us because she talks so much. She just talk. It's funny that, I mean, this is ridiculous, bro. It really is, man. Like, we know from TV and from the news that situations are happening to our young Black youth by the police. Crazy. We also need to have that same bit of passion for what's going on in our communities. Period. What you talking about? You ain't around this community no more. You don't live around here. What you not even a part of this. Yeah, the hell I am. Like people wonder why I'm checking out all this stuff I'm checking out. It's because it's time. It's just time. I don't agree with all the stuff that these people are saying. These people being Thomas Sowell, Candace Owen, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, even Joe Rogan, and he's in the center. Most of these people, man, they say things that sometimes I don't agree with. But guess what they also saying? They're saying a whole bunch of stuff that I've never heard before because I was staying away from them on purpose. Not them specifically, but that side specifically. And then listening and like, oh yeah, you know what? I agree. Oh, what'd you say? Oh, what? Okay, I agree. I agree. I'm starting to agree with too much. But is it too much? Or am I just being objective and saying, I'm eating the fish and spitting out the bones. I'm taking in the good and spitting out the bad. That's it. Sometimes we need to open our minds and do the same thing. Because soon as another question is asked that's more right-leaning, oh man, Lady Cage is going to be the first one to run to the daggone stool simply because she got a daggone, she got a point to make. She's this is her coming out party right now. I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to be on one of them YouTube shows and I'm going like, calm down, Miss Betty.
Barack Obama did good things for Black Americans.
I got a problem with y'all for that. But I'm going to tell y'all about that later, man.
Obama didn't do much for Black Americans or for Americans in general. But what he did do was one very important thing that I got to give him credit for. And that was to say that you can be Black and be the president of the United States. This whole excuse of, well, I can't do anything because I'm Black and slavery. I'm not trying to hear it no more. You had the first Black president the black wife, the black kids, all that good stuff for 2 terms. Not once, it wasn't a fluke, 2 terms.
Obama has done more damage to the African American race than any of the other presidents. He came into the presidency lying. He lied to our faces to get elected. Then once in, he disavowed. He just forgot about the blacks, first of all of us. Obama didn't do anything but an abomination to us, to this whole nation.
Yo,
I mean, I agree with what you said. You know, he did a lot of damage. And the main thing that I remember from his term was when he had Black Lives Matter in the White House while Ferguson was happening, while it was happening. Hey, you guys are doing a great job out there.
Whoa.
You guys are doing fantastic. Didn't say, hey, tone down the rhetoric a little bit maybe because you got some problems. Nope, you guys are doing a great job. Keep on going.
So Obama was a representation of something important, but also I think the whole thing is a big puppet show. And you know, I wasn't really sure.
Amen, brother.
I'm never really sure what's going on behind the scenes, so we don't know what kind of deals are being made.
I do think that there was people that benefited from some policies that Obama put in place.
Homosexuals.
And I also believe that there were people that did not benefit. And so I think
my man want to bust out laughing. He heard the girl say homosexuals. He's about to bust out laughing, man. That guy right there is hilarious, man.
that there are obviously good things about the Obama presidency, and there's things that I disagree with the Obama presidency. So.
We got to educate you, young brother.
Educate me?
Yes.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
Southern University in Pepperdine.
What did you study?
Political science, law enforcement, social studies. Social studies is what I teach, and social science, masters.
It shows.
The black
He said it shows. Man, y'all need to stop jumping on President. I need to go looking at. I don't understand policy. I didn't care too much about the policy and everything. All I cared was it was a black man and a black woman with black children in the White House. I'm saying I'm here for it. What they do? Huh? They giving away money? Hey. They giving away phones? Hey. I wouldn't get none of those monies and none of those phones. Oh, bro, taxes going up? Okay, okay, he's still black. Yeah, I was in the wrong, but this is me correcting my path right now. But y'all gonna stop talking so bad about President Barack Obama, man. Y'all gonna stop that. And I know he was never on my class. He was never in my class at all. Never, 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 never. But he black.
black community should accept LGBTQ plus rights.
I am not only a philosophical conservative, but I'm also a religious conservative. And I believe that God made everyone in his image. And I also believe that we as Christians aren't people to judge. And so who are we, or who is anyone, to deny someone their rights as a person based off of what their sexual orientation is, or how they identify, or the lifestyle that they choose to live?
You know, I'm a part of the LGBT community. I'm transgender, so I was born female, now I present male.
What? What? No, bruh. Xavier, for real? Get out of here. You got more faces. Nah, bruh. Nah.
Male. Yeah, it was an interesting road, even getting my family to understand, you know, who I was at times. So I think it was like they didn't want me, for lack of better terms, to have another cross to bear, which was what they felt like it was another burden or a condition that would make me less than. But really, intrinsically, like, we're all worthy.
Oh, man. Get out of here. I am blown away. I am blown away. I've never, look, if you would have told me to guess and my life was on the line, bruh, can somebody please called Yolanda Adams because I already know the song I once sung at my home going because I've been up out of here.
Okay, human rights is one thing. Sexual rights is a whole nother thing. The majority of the black community are religious. When it goes against their beliefs, yeah, no, it shouldn't happen. And gluttony is part of the human race. People glutton too much. And the LGBTXYZ, whatever, they're gluttoned.
All right, now my viewpoint on the thing about LGBT rights, what are we talking about exactly? I want to be very specific with this particular thing because when I hear that, I'm thinking about Dwayne Wade's son. He's 12 years old. Do you think a 12-year-old boy should be able to call himself transgender? Is that what we're going to do? Do we think that we should have 4- and 5-year-old children on puberty blockers, hormone blockers, because they think at that age they're transgender? You can't even get a tattoo under the age of 18. You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't drink beer. If somebody wants to be gay, trans, whatever, as an adult, that's fine.
This guy he's making some great points, and I agree with him. The age thing, nah, I ain't rolling. Sorry, ain't nothing y'all can say to make me no. I know. Kids at a certain age, they know who they are. They know that they this, and they know what they not, and blah, blah, blah. Bruh, no. Our brains are not even grown full maturity until we about, what, 28? Huh? Nah, man, I'm not rolling.
My uncle, my favorite uncle, died of AIDS, was gay. That was my dog, 100%. If you gay, that's your business. I don't care. That's you. That's not me. That's you. When we're talking about LGBT rights, what do we mean?
I mean, I think it's the right to exist. Dwayne Wade's daughter knows exactly who she is. And
12.
And she
Son.
right, and there's definitely research that says that, you know, anybody under 25 years old, that your brain is not fully formed.
Thing is, I knew when I was small, right? As soon as I could talk, I was pretty much telling my parents, like, these were the things that I was feeling and what I knew about myself. You know, when you start to self-actualize, you start that at that age. You start at the early ages. So if you look at like psychosomatics of children, they start to voice and self-actualize in toddler stages. We're just saying, opening it up. If they're voicing themselves, okay, you're voicing yourself, and as a parent, I just give you a platform to flourish and bloom as you do. And then when you're an adult, if that's the decision the parent wants to make, you can do what you want, sure. That's the decision my parents said.
Did you kind of say what he said?
As an adult.
You kind of like on the same page with me. Like
This is what my parents did. You do what you want when you're out of the house. But the thing is, if I had if my parents had the resources and the education that they do now, they would have probably allowed me to, they would have offered me a decision that would have helped me, you know, live my life.
But you can't say that because it didn't happen.
It didn't, but it can now. Because we have
There's a
those resources
possibility?
now. We have those resources now.
You think
there
they
would have
would?
been yeah. If they had the resources that they have now, definitely. All you gotta do is listen. You're just listening.
Man, I'm still blown away. I need to grow up, man. I need to daggone grow up for real. Because it's blowing my freaking mind, bruh. For real. How you so cool? How you cooler than me? Like, you so chill with it. Huh? That's...
I have felt excluded from the black community.
Probably the first aspect of being excluded from the black community is
being conservative.
by the way I talk. So I was adopted to a Caucasian family. I was raised around in a completely different culture than what most African American people are raised in or around. Where the black community is saying, look, you don't believe like us, you don't think like us, you don't vote like us, and so you're not one of us.
I felt excluded as well, you know, with the queerness, transness, you know, when people get to know me and learn that, then they're just like, oh yeah, I can't be doing all that gay blah, blah. Like, you hear a lot of different stuff, you know. Being anything doesn't make you any less black.
Just by being conservative, friends that I had coming up in the black community, people that I known from just being out and around in Virginia, someone would kind of turn their back on you, or you want to support Trump, you hate black folks, all this, that, and the third. Now I feel like some of that's kind of going away because a person like me being a black Trump supporter is less of a novelty at this particular point. Now it's kind of like a normal thing. But we're not all the same. We know we're not a monolith. Everybody have their own, we are our own people.
We're a diverse group of people. I mean, and I play hockey. So a lot of people are like, man, black people don't do that, man.
We do
Come
everything.
on, man. Black people don't do that. I'm like, hey, man, black people do everything,
we can't do, man. We do it all.
I've never been outside of or excluded from my race. I'm cool with everybody in my race, and I'm cool with everybody in other races. I ran for political office. I've been member of Park Mesa Heights Neighborhood Council.
Did you win?
I did.
Good.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I represented Hyatt Park.
I wanted to say something. Even though I have felt excluded before, black people in my life have been the most welcoming, loving, giving people that I witnessed, you know, regardless of, you know, my background as well. So there's been two ends of the spectrum for sure.
The reason why I came here all the way from Pennsylvania to do this is to show the world that all of us, regardless of our skin color or the way we think politically, we are so diverse. We're so diverse. Just because I identify as a conservative doesn't mean I'm agree with you or agree with you. Just because you identify as a liberal doesn't mean you're going to disagree with me on everything. We found ourselves agreeing with a lot today.
Common ground is that
It's called middle ground.
right, middle ground. Yeah. Well,
That's it for today.
Nice meeting you all. God bless you all.
Let's do a hand for this amazing crew here that puts in all this work. You know, you guys are great. Yeah.
hey man, it's a good job, man.
That was dope. I enjoyed that, man. That really, I think these conversations need to be had a lot more. But I want to hear what y'all guys say about this, man, in the comments below. If you have to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family. I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. And that's pretty much all I have, man. Visit LFRFamily.com website. Just let me know what you think about it. All right? Love y'all.